Hello, welcome to our garden. Today is Tuesday the 29th of March, so we are well and truly in the beginning of spring. Unfortunately, a cold snap has just started to hit, so greenhouse is on lockdown now. But I am going to be a bit busy for the next few days, and I needed to get some bits and pieces planted the first week of April, which probably might not happen now. So I'm going to plant them a few days earlier. I've still got one more spare propagator, so I'll show you everything that's grown in here in a bit. So today I'm going to plant some, what's it called, Romanesco Cauliflower. It's the my boy calls it dragon egg cauliflower, which is cool. So we're going to grow some of that, and there is something else I needed to plant. Can't remember what it is. We'll have a look together in the box. Let's have a butcher's in the seed box, shall we? So everyone keeps their seeds in a different way. I have my seed box. So, seed box. Got loads of bits and pieces in here. Need to get them planted at some point soon, I think. Pumpkins, spinach, peas. These two. Oh, that's right. It was the other version of the melons that I wanted to grow. Pretty sure they can go in now. Yes, they can go in April. And so indoors for the Romanesco. You see, this whole thing's actually the head of the cauliflower. So you can see why my book calls it a dragon egg. Right, absolutely fantastic. Right, I'll get my potting bench set up, get the compost ready. Bit of Jack's Magic, absolutely fantastic for potting this stuff is. It's just so fine. You can just see there, if it focuses. Absolutely brilliant for it. A few little bits in there, I might sieve a bit, but I'll load up the potting bench and then show you from there. Right, so don't have a stand yet. Need to get one really. There we go, you can see. So this is the Jack's Magic. That's all relatively fine. There's a few little bits in there, but I'll break them up as I go. But what I'm going to do, because I don't want it getting too wet, but I need it to keep its moisture, I'll add a little bit of Wilco's perlite. I need all for a lot. It's supposed to be 1:4, but what, roughly 1:8. I'm just going to carefully mix this all up. What this will do is this will help the soil retain the moisture. Oh, there goes a load off the side of the potting bench. It's always good when you have a nice potting bench like this and you just chuck soil everywhere, isn't it? So chuck that to the back. Just rolling it in my hands, make sure it's nice and fine. Doesn't matter if any misses it, because at the end of the day it's all on the potting bench anyway. I don't actually need too many of these because we've already got a lot of other bits and pieces growing, and I'm trying a less is more approach this year. So with these guys, it's the first year of growing them, so let's chuck some in here. There's only an average of 4 seeds in a packet, so not the cheapest of seeds if I'm honest, but as long as we get a few seeds off of each one, I'm absolutely fine with that. Cannibalise the packet a bit, shall I? Well, one thing I do have to remember, and I do tend to forget quite a bit. Oh, look at that, 5 seeds. I wish I could only get 2 out. One thing I do have to remember, which I know a lot of people are dead guilty of when it comes to the growing season, is labelling everything up. I'm god awful at it. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all I'm going to do is just use my finger, pop a little hole in each of these little plugs, 1 seed in each. And I have 1 spare. How did I manage to count that wrong? It's 4, not 5. Right, so they're the melons. And then these guys, it sounds like there's a lot more than just 4 seeds in this one. All these trays, by the way, they're in Aldi at the minute. They're only about £4. Another type in there as well, which is good for potting on, which I've also got. I'm quite pleased with because I keep nicking all of the wife's ones. She's got her greenhouse, I've got mine. All the pots are in her greenhouse though. I have to keep coming in there and pinching them. Right, so not as deep a hole for these ones because these are a much smaller seed. I tend to go by the rule that if the seed's small, you don't really want it too deep. And what does it actually say for this one? Cover with, no, 1.5 centimetres. It's actually quite a bit of soil. Most of these diddy seeds you don't end up putting too much. Oh, I can never open the bloody packets. So next time I might just get these packets all open ready for the video. Poundland dibber to the rescue. Yeah, look at that. Poundland dibber. Can't complain with that, can you? Check some of these seeds out. Now what I'm going to do here, you can see, are diddy little seeds. I'm going to put a couple in each of these little plugs. And then whichever one isn't doing as well, I'll remove that one from the pack, from the pod, sorry. One thing I'm having to change, is another thing that I learned from last year, is less is more. Rather than just planting shed loads, which I know is quite ironic in my greenhouse, given how many different bits and pieces I've got growing in here. But less is more. If you don't put too much in there, then you tend to find out it's a little bit better. Right, so again, just sprinkling some loose mix that we've made. The perlite and the Jack's Magic. Pass it down, wipe it across. Now this one's actually got a nice little tray underneath it, as you can see there. So I'll do at this point, again as you've seen, my state-of-the-art watering system. Good old Evian bottle, fantastic for seedlings. I used to poke holes in the lid of lemonade bottles and use them as little greenhouse watering cans. There we go. Right, now I'll find a place for it to live and I'll bring you back in a second. Alright, so that's then potted in there. Oh, bloody lid. What do I do with the lid? Like this. Well, there we go. They've got more than enough water in there to last them for a week or so because they're only just going to germinate. Yeah, I'll show you a quick bit of what's going on. So these are the corn. Like I was saying with the cauliflower in here, with regards to plucking out the ones that aren't doing as well, it's exactly what I've done here. You look there, you can see in each of these little pots I planted two, ones that didn't germinate as well, or some of them just didn't germinate. I don't think that one had a germination for the second one, but they just came out. Pumpkins, complete fail last year. Hopefully I'll do it better this year. Started them a lot earlier. This is their first time they've been potted up. It was just a couple of days ago, but they were only planted on the 7th, so can't complain. Giant sunflower's doing fantastic. We have the beginning of our artichokes. No, sorry, that's the rhubarb. Artichokes are just there. All of the big tomatoes. Anybody knows what bean that is? I'd be greatly appreciated. There's like a red marbled effect on it. I've no idea. My daughter got given it by a friend, so what she wants to grow. It's fair enough. Gets her excited. Some beautiful red sunflowers as well. Different type of kale, Romanesco, I think it is. That's all doing well. Basil's doing well. Yeah, all these seedlings are doing really well. That's what happens when you plant too much, not broccoli, calabrese. Cucumbers, they will get used all around the garden. Salad's still all doing good. As you can see, I'm taking more of them out there. I'll show you them in a minute. More nasturtiums, because I keep failing at them. Some of the cucamelons are in there. They're doing well. Loads of little tomatoes in there. This one I'm quite pleased with. These are red onions in the first one. And then I'm trying, because a friend of mine said this is how they do carrots. They grow carrots in plugs and then put them out. I think that's going to be bendy carrots, but we'll find out. And then yet more sunflowers at the back. What I'm calling my greenhouse strawberries, that will have a bench each once this all gets taken down. all of the peas. Down here, these are melon mulber, and there's another one got to go in that pot. And then around it, I've planted some salad just to keep it hydrated. Another tray just for salad. Oh, and I spin round. Cucumber, 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 cucamelons. Trying the fibre pots. I'm not thinking too highly of them at the minute. Oh, there's a bit of rubbish in that. That's not good. And then another tray of salad. Yeah. So, all in all, not going too bad. Got to reattach solar panel. Get round to it. But yeah, it's not going too bad. A lot of the stuff outside hasn't really grown too much yet, but we did get a nice burst of sun and all the raspberries have come up. Potatoes have come up a bit too early. I've got to go and fleece them up because they're apparently getting a frost in the next day or two. But yeah, next video I'll do a nice little tour of everything and how it's all doing outside, because there is some good growth worth showing. And yeah, that'll be in a few days. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching. Have a lovely day. I'll see you in the next video.